Welcome back, folks, and it is time to tackle the Gerudo Desert here, and guys, it is extensive. Just to show you on the map where we're at, what we're doing. So I'm going to be going cave diving, shrine hunting, Koroks seed farming, you name it, it's in this video, folks. Everything Gerudo Desert, Molduga hunting, etc. So that being said, this is probably going to be a longer video. Go ahead and kick your feet up and let's party. Alright folks, just to show you where I'm starting out here, just north of Gerudo town, there is a cave I've already kind of sort of been in. I went in the northern entrance, and guys, it's a separated cave, so you can't get there from here, in other words, even though it's named the same on the map. So, you know, there was a bubble frog in here, but not through the northern entrance. To get that, we have to come down here through the southern entrance. And here's a little trick with the princess I kind of keep forgetting to point out. No time like the present. She's a great boulder buster. So many jokes just went through my head right now. Alright folks, so just like any typical cave, you got some gemstone nodes. Go ahead and knock yourself out, get your gems collected. And not to mention Gibdos. Oh, here's a little trick with electric shoes. Makes for quick and easy kills of the Gibdos. I mean, the princess power is probably a little quicker, but, you know, a little variety and fun never hurt no one. Go ahead and knock him out before he notices. He's so much easier to kill. Boom, baby. Okay, go ahead and proceed on up this opening here above our headline. And this is where we have a treasure chest hiding. Now, I actually looked right at this in that last video. That's the statue room, you know, where we got all that loose loot. And I think the gold rupee was in there. Good times, good times. So this is it, guys. This is the cave separator. So if you go in the southern entrance, this is your dead end. And if you were to go in the northern entrance, likewise, this would be your dead end from the other side of these bars. Alright, enough about that. Let's get out of here. And what I'm going to do now is head due north. Oh, and by the way, speaking of loot and treasure and chests and goodies, I do believe there's another loose chest sitting out here somewhere. And there is. Alright folks, right before we get to that northern cave entrance, go ahead and ascend here twice. And that second time you'll notice there's a Koroks seed pad here. Go ahead and activate that. Lots of Lizzle trouble and stuff in the area. Honestly, I'm just going to kind of avoid all that bad boy trouble for right now. I just really want to get the ice house taken care of. And there's actually another Koroks seed right on top of that sucker. Real easy to ascend up to. Alright, nothing in the tower here. I tried climbing that flagpole. That was a nightmare. Alright guys, so the ice house with no ice. You've probably already been in here and you might be watching this video for this very reason. What are you supposed to do? So go ahead and talk to the old girl here. So what she wants us to do is make ice. Now before you do this, make sure you do not have a ruby shield equipped, or a ruby weapon for that matter. We're going to need that, but not just yet. What we're going to do is go ahead and make an ice block for her. That should get her attention. The game should take over there. And once you've got that all squared away, go ahead and ultra hand that sucker up. And now she wants us to put it in this cubby hole over here. This is where you're going to need your, you know, ruby shield or whatever, fire shield or fire weapon. Just to get that sucker small enough. Now don't overdo it. If it gets too small, she won't accept it. So unfortunately, you might have to play with this a little bit until the size is just small enough to be able to fit in there. Okay, I might have even gone a little too small there. We'll see what she says. Alright guys, Purple Ruby. Now she also talks there in the dialogue about a special drink reward for you. And yeah, you can go back to the canteen in town there, and she'll give you a free one. It's the Noble Pursuit, I think it's called. But honestly, I've drinking the thing and it really doesn't do anything for me. I've tried, using it for cooling. Didn't help. The only thing it really gives me is like 4 or 5 hearts, which is kind of weird. So I'm not really sure what the point of that is. There might be a side quest attached to that. I'm going to have to do some more research and get back to you on that. Next on the hit list is going to be this cave right here. Now, it's already discovered on my map, but I have not gone through that cave yet. The reason it's showing up is because I went through there from the other entrance from the Gerudo shelter. It all links together. Alright folks, we have arrived. And immediately you're going to come across some Gibdo. Now the good thing about the Princess Power attack is you can be standing right next to it, and you do no self-inflicted damage, which is really nice. In other words, you don't have to be like... You don't have to worry about distancing yourself from enemies. Did I just say social distancing? Enough of that. Alright guys, another thing too is I just thought of this, and I probably already lost a lizard or two not paying attention. As long as you have at least 2 pieces of stealth, doesn't matter which ones they are, you should be able to scoop up the lizards. Now guys, every single, if not every single, just about every single cave here in the desert has hardy lizards. And I can't tell you how many times I'm super speeding around through these things and I just watch them run off. But if you're walking around normal speed here and you're wearing your stealth, at least 2 pieces, you should be able to scoop up quite a lot of hardy lizards in your game. Now, for some reason, I have not seen not a one yet, which is really surprising. Because I just dry ran this cave last night, and I got tons of them. So anyway, again, every cave, if not every cave here in the desert, will have hardy lizards. Dude, that was a good gemstone. Oh, speaking of hardy lizards... Okay, I didn't want to scare him away, but I might end up doing that anyway. I totally tried to Breath of the Wild that with the rune there. Wrong buttons! Okay, let's see if I can do this. Woohoo, got him. Alright folks, so you'll immediately notice the mirror puzzle coming into view here. We've got a light source and we've got 3 mirrors. 2 of them are out here kind of in the open, and one is behind this column here that I just showed you. So in order to get through to all 3 of those, we're going to have to get a bomb out and bust up that boulder wall across the way. That'll open up a light source. Nice of them to give you bombs here for free, just in case you didn't happen to have any. And by the way, if you want to get back to the Gerudo Town shelter, that's the way you do it, through that cave entrance over there. Okay, so for now we're just going to grab a hold of this free mirror. Free is always awesome. And we're actually going to be able to light up 2 of these mirrors from this very spot. Alright guys, now this is where I feel like it gets a little bit tricky. So what I like to do is set this mirror as close to this pillar as it'll go without shutting the light beam off. So as long as the light is actually hitting this wall here, you should be good to go. Okay, so first things first, we're going to go behind door number 1 here. Reason being is we need another mirror. Now you can go ahead and use the fan, or you can just go ahead and use your Ultra Hand and that should pop the mirror out for you. And what we're going to do is kind of stand either here, if you can, get around this corner with your light source there. If you're having trouble doing it that way, just get over to this little corner. You should have just enough real estate here to crank all the way back on that mirror. And once again, connect your light source. Alright, so once you got that squared away, go ahead and see what's behind door number 2. Alright, that was door number 2. Now, if you really want to break the pots and stuff, you can. I don't normally get anything, you know, super fancy out of there, so I'm just going to save my time. But there is a loose royal bow sitting here for the taking. And it's bumped. Now, in case you're wondering, that will absolutely respawn after every blood moon. Alright guys, we are not yet done with the puzzle. Oh, look at that, just let a lizard get away. Super speeding around, guys, gets me every time. And normally where you see one, you'll see more than one. Alright folks, so here we are, door number 3, and this will be our bubble frog, so go ahead and get ready to fire an arrow. Alright folks, there is one more treasure chest to be had here. And that is right below where that ledge was. Oh, also some loose goodies here. You know, not a ton of stuff, but, you know, in the world of TOTK, a topaz is actually pretty good loot. Alright, so here's our chest that's beeping at us. You gotta have your 10 arrows. Alright folks, I went ahead and warped just to make quick work of the travel here. Not only that, to show you an aerial view of what we're doing, I'm going after a Molduga. And he's normally hiding right around here somewhere. I'll just go ahead and put a rough stamp down. Now I mentioned in a prior video, it's best if you can perch yourself somewhere safe. And anywhere on the ground is going to be unsafe. He'll be able to swallow you up. Not only that, hear your footsteps. So what I like to do is get on solid ground over here and then get his attention with bombs. Now, not all Moldugas are going to have this luxury. So notice he's already kind of locked onto me. So as long as I'm standing here, not too close to the edge, by the way, I'm safe. Uh-oh, what's going on here? Whoa, I hear activity. Uncool, bro. So in case an enemy is holding a shield out like that, normally an ice arrow wouldn't work, but because I'm using chew jelly, all you gotta do is shoot it on the ground, kind of like next to them or behind them, and it'll get them every time. Loving it. Alright, back to my Molduga before I was rudely interrupted there by Mr. Electrical Lizzle. Bomb arrows, guys. So go ahead and lob one, start getting his attention here. Come on, Poppy. There we go. Okay, so once he's airborne, you can go ahead and lob another bomb at him. And you guys know me, arm up, suit up, eat up. And the reason I like to do that is because it just prolongs the lifespan of the weapon by about 50%. And honestly, it's so much easier to farm bananas and cook the meals than to keep refarming, you know, pristine Gerudo weapons. Well, I was not kidding when I said the thing was about to break. Alright folks, Molduga kill number 1. There are actually 4 throughout the desert, just like in the old game. The other one is right out about here somewhere. Then there's one right about there. And one right about there. Alright folks, now that we got our Molduga killed, right about here on the map, there should be a Koroks seed. Alright guys, now we have choices. Right down here in this little bad boy nest, there is a couple of chests, so I'm going to divert just, you know, momentarily, go get that. Then I'm going to work my way back up toward this spot for yet some more chests. Okay, now this is quite a bad boy nest. You might want to wait until nighttime and come in here and sneak strike all these. How did that eyeball not hit the headshot? Twice. Okay, in addition to that archer, guys, there's one more archer, and he has a dragonbone bokobo, and he does not mess around. So make him a priority. And that bokobo, I don't believe it has any bumps on it or anything, so you might as well just go ahead and leave it. I don't know if I'm going to get any sneak striking in here. I think they'll see me coming from a mile away. That works too. I really wish they had given us a better mechanic to activate the followers. They just get in the way when you're trying to loot. Then when you really need them on combat, you have to like run halfway across the field, chase them around. I don't know, just... It's a little challenging. Durability! Alright folks, I'm going to head back up toward my purple pin there, grab another chest. Now we're talking. Alright folks, and since I just got this in my last video, I don't actually feel right that I'm not using it. So I'm absolutely going to spoil myself a little bit here. 138. Loving it. Now the Scimitar of the 7, it's got some durability to it. It's probably the best out of the Gerudo bunch. But I don't like to break it. There's actually a trick that comes to us from Jim Lewis 2, who says once you get that thing down to breakage, you know, don't break it, but once it starts getting that damage warning, stop using it, go ahead and, you know, break whatever tipper it's got on it, and then drop that weapon, and then use the Gerudo Scimitar of the 7 and just put it on any other random weapon as a tipper. So then what you do is go to Terrytown, and you can pay the guy to separate the weapon from the weapon tipper, and that replenishes the Scimitar of the 7. Now, I have not personally checked this, but I do also believe if you were to disassemble the weapon tipper, you might be able to feed that to a rock Octorok, and also make that as good as new. And the reason I'm saying all that about the Scimitar is because it costs 4 diamonds to build that sucker, amongst other things. That's just a big, heavy price tag. Alright guys, next on our hit list is going to be a shrine. So that Scimitar of the 7 with a good, strong, you know, silver Lionel tipper, yeah, it's pretty sick. I mean, you see that raw damage output, and I'm not wearing barbarian armor or anything, so that really puts out some damage. Alright guys, now something I probably should mention before I get too heavy into this. The sand here is not link friendly. So that is moving sand, and standing in it, or even trying to walk in it, it consumes your stamina. And it's just, you don't go anywhere fast. So if you're not going with the current, ouch, then chances are pretty good it's not going to be a great day for travel. Now there is a Zonai device that works pretty good on it. I will show you guys that. Okay. Okay, so again, if you're going with the grain of the sand, it won't be too terrible, but if you're trying to walk against it, you might as well just hang it up. Alright guys, so since I got the Zonai devices sitting here for free, I'll just go ahead and build the one I was going to build. And I really like this design. I use it a lot. The bad thing is it doesn't go up mountains or real steep slopes for that matter. Come on, as soon as I get off that wooden piece there, it should get going. And away we are. Now notice if I let go of that left joystick, it's actually still working right now. That doesn't always work, and I think it's only because maybe I've got the Korok counterbalancing it on the back end. So if you're kind of stuck and it's just not going, just remember to yank that left joystick back. Okay, there's my treasure chest. Alrighty folks, and while we're here, there's another Koroks seed actually right by us. Might as well go ahead and knock it out. Alright guys, now this time I'm going to play the sand to my advantage and hopefully not consume a bunch of stamina and or recharge it when I get to the base here. This bad boy nest is quite a doozy. Okay, unfortunately falling in the sand does not make these things die. Okay, so for right now, honestly, I'm not going to worry too much about these bad boys. I'm just going to get the shrine activated. Right across the way here, we'll have yet another. Okay, right down there, you'll see the rock. Alright, there it is. From here, there's actually another one. Right across the way over this way. I really wish I had bombs. I got excited there for a second. I saw that raw gourmet meat, and I totally forgot this is not BOTW. Boom, baby. There are some other goodies in the area. Korok seed there. Korok seed is actually right on top of this deal. I just didn't get it the last time I was there, so I'll go ahead and scoop that up. And in case you're wondering, that chest is the location of the helm, the Thunder Helm, or whatever they call that now. Okay, there will be another one right about there. Another one right about there. Alright folks, there's actually a lot to hit right in this little area. Now this is where the desert gets a little bit tricky because of the moving sands. And I'm going to build another one of those Zonai devices so I can fight those sands. But everywhere I've got a pin down here, there's a Korok seed. With the exception of this one, I think that one's a treasure chest. If you'd like a walkthrough for that or any of the shrines I'm going to discover in this video, I'll be sure and leave links in the description below. If I remember right, this was quite a wily little bad boy nest in BOTW, but I don't see one single enemy here at all. Good for us. Alright, 1 down, 5 to go. Let's go ahead and hop down to the south here slightly. We're going to hit this next bad boy nest. And guys, this is a bit of a sticky area. I don't mean that literally. The sands are literally actually moving. They're liquefied. Ooh, that's a silver with a dragon bone bokobo. He is not to be trifled with. Ouch. Oh. Yeah, see? That silver just pegged me from a mile away. Oh, that weapon's about busted. Okay. Alright folks, so once you are topside, it's a simple flight down to each pillar, and they're going to go down in order, which is kind of nice. Alright folks, with that, I'm going to go ahead and hit this one with the moving sand. Now this is where it gets tricky. You notice it's actually liquefied there and it's kind of flowing like a river. So we'll call this the Sand River. Dusty Creek. Aha! We all know what this is. Alright guys, now before I actually go after that bad boy nest, I'm going to divert. And this is not a nice Korok seed. This one, you kind of have to use the sands and then just do your best to aim with that ascend once you're in there. And see, even though I had it lined up right, the game just wouldn't activate my ascend for me. So there it is. You might have to give that one a couple of goes. Alright guys, now from here I'm just going to kind of dive right in. This ought to be a real interesting fist fight here. I'm going to be taking tons of temperature damage and that's okay. Notice all the bomb barrels, guys. Diving right in on this one probably isn't the right way to go. But here I am. I just can't help myself. Oh, wow, I hit the ground at the worst possible time. Okay, I'm going to try to get an ascend here. There's those bomb barrels. So one reason I like this spear is you can kind of control your shots. If you're down here swinging a, you know... Uh-oh. Need to pay attention here. A claymore around like he was about to do. Thanks, Tolan. Didn't need you to do that, buddy. Yeah, that can, you know, ruin your whole day. So keep that in mind, you know. Weapon of choice for me, especially here on this little particular bad boy nest, definitely gonna be a spear. So I always like to pick off the low-hanging fruit first. They die fast, usually with bow and some ice arrows. They're both long throw. My night is starting out awesome. Okay, now that I am done with combat, I'll go ahead and man bun back up. Avoid a little bit more temperature damage, if at all possible. Okay, and once again, we're going to have to ascend. Large Zonite, baby, so that one is definitely worth it. Alright guys, now we are literally on an island in the middle of a flowing river, so there's really no way to walk out of here. My best suggestion is going to be fly out or, you know, build a sled or something. You'll have to use some kind of a Zonite device, or you can rocket shield and fly out that way. And just because I mentioned it and it's a lot quicker, I will go ahead and rocket shield. But if you guys want a good idea for a Zonite device, I'll show you a real quick and easy one. That will consist of one sled, one control stick, and one fan. Okay, now this will not run on hardened surface, so it has to be completely on sand or it'll just be stuck. Okay, so now it's going to have a tendency to nosedive. So if you're stuck and it just doesn't want to go forward, you know, for example, if you're going uphill and against the sand, sometimes it'll get stuck. Just remember to yank back on the control stick, on the left joystick, and that'll kind of point the nose up and it should get going for you. But honestly, this is one of my favorite contraptions. It's just one fan, so you know it's barely consuming energy here. It's only 9 Zonite if you end up saving this to favorites. It's just an all-around really good, quick and easy build. The only real bad thing about it is it doesn't go up, steep terrain. So if this is real steep and hilly or mountainous, this is not going to help you. Alright, and in good old BOTW fashion, there's a Korok seed up here, but a very different kind of Korok seed. I may have already messied up getting this one. All you can do is look up and spam that button and hope you catch it before it hits the ground. Alright folks, and that's where that guy was. Sometimes those followers just get right in your way. When all you're trying to do is do some freezing, yeah, they tend to mess that up for you. Alright folks, so here is that cave entrance I mentioned. Once again, I will leave a link in the description below if you would like a walkthrough for that cave, Bubble Frog, and the Thunder Helm. Alright guys, that pretty much wraps up the northwest quadrant here. Did this one in a never mind, scratch all that. Welcome back here folks for another round of What's Around Gerudo. Welcome back here. Welcome back here, folks, to my What's Around. Welcome back here, folks, to my lap around the great. Hee-haw, hee-haw. Welcome back here, folks, Welcome back here, folks, to my lap around the Gerudo town. Alright, folks, so that is effective. Well, not only that, there's actually going to be a bubble frog. Wow, I was having trouble pulling that out. Where's my princess? Oh, princess! Yo, can you give me a second? I'm waiting on the princess. Ouch. Pop goes the weasel. I have no idea where that came from. Tina, to get a quick here on this hardened surface, it looks like I'm good. Okay, so, oops, no I'm not. Leave me alone, I'm trying to show people something. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Haha! How do you like them apples? Chill out. Oh wow, what just happened? I just got drilled. That's why that hurt so much. That was a dragon bone bow. Ouch! Durability. She's a great boulder buster. So many jokes just flew through my head right now. Acne. Enichi. Anki. Anki? You do the hanky-panky and you turn them all around. Every single, if not every single, just about every single, nice of us. Oh, and by the way, as I was talking about earlier, the portal that, oh, and by the way, that, oh, and by the way, the way to get, jeez. Thanks, Tolan, for sneezing all over me. But you have to crank back on that left joystick, or it ain't gonna go anywhere. I gotta aim backwards on that left joystick. Alright, another happy customer. Whoa, where's my thing going? Whoopsie. Okay, here, I'll leave some. So if you'd like, I'll leave. I'll be sure and leave a description. Sure, already done. I'll leave a description and the link below. Wow, I just did that. Ouch. They're both long throw. Oh wow, that just hurt. I wonder if I have any spinach. No, kale. Oh wow, that leak is really... My left cheek is going numb. It's probably TMI, but I don't care. If I'm suffering, you're gonna suffer. Long throw! Alright, try to find a comfortable position here.